Hi, this is Russell Stannard from teachertrainingvideos.com. This is a quick video to show you just how useful Google Forms can be, both to teachers who can use it to gather information from their students very quickly, questionnaires, surveys, but even for creating tests as well. But also, of course, students can use the same technology. Now, we're not only talking about low-level students, this could also be a technology that can be used for gathering data for research purposes. For example, from a teacher's point of view, if they want to do some kind of active research on their teaching, then this could be a great technology. And I'm going to show you an example straight away just to show you what type of information you can gather. I'm going to go to my Google Drive and I'm going to show you one of the ways that I use Google Forms, and that is when I'm doing teacher training and I want to gather data from the teachers that I'm going to work with. I create a questionnaire, I simply send the link to the teachers, the teachers fill in the questionnaire, and then all of that information is immediately sent back to me. Now look at this, let me just show you this quick example here that I've got. I've created a questionnaire which I shared with all the teachers. Here's the questionnaire. It's just to gather some basic information about a group of teachers that I'm going to be working with, and I'm asking them various questions about what technologies they use and how they work with them, etc. There's the questionnaire. I simply click on send form, send that link to the teachers, and we can even make that link short. The teachers then fill in the questionnaire online and all the information comes back to me, and it's all collated together using or Google Forms does it all automatically. So if I look at summary of responses here, I get a detailed breakdown of all of the answers to the questions. Now if it's in written form, then I get a complete summary of everybody's answer. If it's statistical information, then that information is simply put into the form of a graph. As you can see here, all of the questions, and as you saw in the question, there was some slightly more detailed information at the bottom where they could make choices, and all of that as well is broken down statistically to give me a summary of the 21 people that answered that questionnaire. Such a useful technology. Again, think about how you can use this. It's free if you want to do any research, if you want to do research on your own classes, if you want to gather data from your students, if you're looking for feedback from your students, if you want to use it to set up some type of survey or poll, but also think about your students doing exactly the same thing. You can create these questionnaires in seconds. Now, very quickly going to show you how you create one now. So if we go back to Google Drive, all we need to do is come down here, new, and then go to more, and there it is, Google Forms. Click on Google Forms. The normal way to start is just to simply set up a questionnaire. So I'm going to call this one Test Questionnaire TTV, Teacher Training Videos. And then I can put a little description. This is a test questionnaire only, for example. And I can start. Click on the first question. Now I can choose from a whole range of different questions here: short answer, paragraph, multiple choice, check boxes. I simply choose the first one I'm going to do here will be short answer, and say, can you give me a bit of information about your teaching background? And in fact, what I'm going to do is not make that a short answer because that's only one sentence. I'm going to make that a paragraph. First question done. Click on the add button to add a next question. Second question I'm going to do is multiple choice. So let's just add a multiple choice question in. A question can be, which of these technologies do you use the most? Questionnaire. Now I click on the options. Let's say, for example, Twitter. Let's say, for example, blogging. Let's say, for example, podcasting, and I can just add my choices. And I'm just going to click here and write other for another possibility, but I better spell it right. So that question's done. Again, I don't have to save anything. I can decide if I want that question to be a required question or not a required question. I'm going to add another plus button here, and I'm going to add an additional question. This time we're going to change it. We've already done short answer, we've now done multiple choice. Let's do a linear one, and we're going to say, how much technology do you use in the class? So this is a questionnaire obviously for teachers to finding out about their teaching background and how they use technology. So number one will be not at all. And I'm going to change that scale slightly. I'm actually going to put it up to about 7. And I'm going to say here all the time. And then teachers can choose between those different points. And I can carry on adding questions. Now, one very important thing is that you are not only limited to asking from a range of questions here, and I'm just going to add one more question, but along with our questions, if we want to, we can add a video. So I could have a question and then have a video for the participants, or the teachers in this case, to watch underneath. So I'm going to click on this one here and say, watch the video below and answer this question. Okay, what mistakes does the presenter make? Okay, so I need to add a video now. So first of all, I'm going to change that to a paragraph type question. Now I'm going to click here on video because I'm going to add a video. I'm going to just search on YouTube. Notice that you don't even have to go to YouTube. You can simply just do a search. I want to find a certain video that I like using for this. I'm going to click on that video there. I'm going to select that video and add it in. The video is automatically added underneath. Now I'm not going to add in any kind of title or anything like that. It's quite clear that the video is underneath, and that for me is enough now. Simple as that. I've done my questionnaire. It's only got 4 questions. It's got a title. If I click here, this title will be added here to the screen, which is quite useful. Now I need to share that with my students. How do I do that? Well, I just click on the send button. And when I click on the send button, I've got lots of opportunities. I can email it to individual students. Don't forget you're logged into Google, so you can obviously use your Gmail account. You could just copy that link, and this is what I tend to do, add the link into a blog or send it in an email. Just simply send an email with that link so the teachers can click on it or the students can click on it and answer it. But of course you could also add that link into Moodle or into Edmodo or into Blackboard. And of course the other option is simply to embed it, and you can even choose the size that you want to use. Really, really useful. As I said, I tend to use the link. I simply copy that, send it as an email. Teachers click on it. When they begin to answer, the responses will come up here. So you can open up your questionnaire, click on the responses. Obviously at the moment there aren't any, and the summary of the responses will be here. This is the new look Google Forms that's been around now for a couple of months. Now there are a few more things. You can spend a little bit more time looking at this. There are quite a few more things that you can add, including images onto the screen and sections, and there are some various settings in terms of the design and the lookout. But that's just a very quick look at the possibilities of using Google Forms in your teaching and learning. So if you want to learn more about Google Forms, then please come to teachertrainingvideos.com and just click on the button there, Google Tools, and there are lots of training videos about using Google Forms, about searching with Google, about working with Google Images, Google Docs, etc. A whole section of training on different Google tools on www.teachertrainingvideos.com.